US asetena ahwe Dr. Sam. US asetena won ahwe Sika waha, all right, you can make money because as long as you work hard in the US, you make money. But if God is able to take you to work and bring you back home safely, you should always be happy and be thankful. Because I had a friend in Maryland, and then they went out for a birthday party in a club. And when they went, two black Americans, a fight broke in the club. And then the Ghanaians were like, Charlie, let's leave. And then they step out, and then people started shooting inside the club. And when the police came and they were arresting the people in the club, they arrested this my friend, his cousin. And then when they went to the police, he said, I wasn't even part, I was standing out. And he said, no problem, just show us your documents. He didn't have one. I had to bring him back to Ghana.
Whoa.
And of course, I know need 2 weeks to that's the sad part. Abusia jiska go abrochire no. Into afra. You see the thing.
Whoa.
It's not maybe but it's safe. People will just put you in situations you cannot come out because of where you found yourself. Last week I was watching a documentary, and there's this schoolgirl that is sitting in a nice girl. She's sitting in a wheelchair now. Do you know why?
No.
Because the white lady thought it wise that she's black, she'll grow up and she'll be taking all the jobs that is in the US. So she moved out of the road and drove on the sidewalk where you walk beside the road to go and hit the girl and drove back. Let me repeat it in chief for you. On Namlore Quine so. Now the black girl was walking beside all the roads. We have the sidewalks that you walk. That is the designated place for you to walk as an individual, so that you don't get hit by a car.
Okay.
She saw the girl. All of a sudden, she was pissed, so she drove off the road to hit the girl and drove back in the road and drove away.
Because
she's black.
And the white woman, what happened to her?
So when the police arrested her and they said she should tell them the truth and they would cut her some slack, she said, she's black, she's going to grow up and get all the good jobs in the country, and I'll be in the house doing nothing. The police guy was like, what? Lady, you are sick. Because of her, the girl was a football player. Like, she was a player in school, an athlete, that she was on her way to practice. Now the girl sits in a wheelchair because she has lost all her sensations down from her waist, because she hit her and she hit a tree. How can you do that? So safety for the skin of your color is crazy. It's very crazy. I won't lie to you. So I'm very careful where I go to. I'm very careful who I associate with in school, at work. I'm very careful what I say, because it's legal. You can own a gun. Legal. You just have to go for the practice, and then you get a license. Then you can go buy yourself a gun and get a license. So people own guns, and a lot of people are like depressed. They have anxieties and things, and the only defense mechanism they know is to pull out a gun.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it means that you can just be walking on the streets in any of the states in America and someone can just harm you for no reason.
Exactly.
I'm in shock, bro.
So I'm very careful. I am very careful. I am very careful what I do. There are shops here that when you go, the way they are attending to a white person is different from the way they are attending to you. So if you are not mentally strong, you easily get like, what? Like, because in your country nobody cares about all of that.
Ghana, you move about freely. Nobody
cares whether you're white, you're black, you're brown. Nobody cares.
And you know the funny part is, even in Ghana or other African countries, we treat foreigners better than our own people.
Exactly, because we don't want you to
Go and say bad things about her.
go back anything bad about here. They don't care. Yeah, so I always think the moment I go out and I enter my house, I'm just like, God, thank you so much. I didn't die. I'm back. Senseless killing, Dr. Sam. Senseless killings and all of that.
This is shocking.
Very,
Speechless.
very, yeah, very, very. There are a lot of senseless killings and things. So the first time I relocated to the US, I had cultural shocks. Like, most people here don't say please and all of that. That's one thing. And in Ghana, you can just get out, go out very late and still feel okay. But in the US, it depends the states that you're living in. Most people don't feel safe going out at night, and like you don't feel safe because things can just happen out of the blue because of your skin, of your color. And then the other cultural shock was like mostly accommodation issues. I have a friend that traveled here, okay, with a husband, and they didn't know anyone, but na omani da so say omo ba anya hwe asori mission house bi beji omo.
Okay.
And the mission house hosted them for a short period, and they said they can't host them anymore. At the end of the day, they ended at a place they wish they would just go back home. But uko back swa in Yeyi. In Ghana, you can just move to Ghana today and you get a place to rent. It doesn't work that way in the US. In the US, someone has to apply for you. They have to check your credit score. They have to check your pay stubs or how much you make in a month or a year. Mostly in the US, they check how much you make in a year. They have to check benefits you're getting from some people check the benefits you're getting from the government or wherever you're getting them before they give you a place to rent. So these were all some cultural stuff that I had to get used to and learn more about. Even when you move in with
Papers.
let's say you're coming to live with a family member.
Mm-hmm.
You can't live with a family member for more than 3 months unless that person is like your husband or your wife or I don't know, someone that you're like your parent or something.
Uh-huh.
You see, I feel say in the States no, because of the way our money money is because nipa baako bɛka wo ho a bill ne kɔ soro.
Okay.
Because they pay for heat, they pay for water, they pay for gas and all of that in the house. Nti nipa baako bɛka wo ho a let's say there is a room na nipa na bɛda mu.
Yeah.
That room first, no, there was nobody there, so there was no heat there. Moving to the States, wadanfo mpo anaa wo maame nua bi anaa obi na woba abɛtoa no na wokɔsie wɔ ne so a somebody is receiving you. It's not for a long period though. It's for a short period of time because nipa no n'ani agye sɛnsɛn koraa you see say every 2 weeks ekɔ no ne yɛ bɛsesa you get it
Okay.
because the moment I will be our guest room or my guest room mefa ne sɛ na obiara na hɔ.
Okay.
So he was not paying for heat in that room. The moment I was heat no be bow them, that means he's going to pay for extra money for that. And making you buy because you don't have work permit and all of that.
Okay.
What we are causing financial aid to the person and
But,
sooner or later both and if any partner starts and who's died.
oh,
Yeah, no who style udidi free. Ahanse aduane boɔ no ɛwɔ soro. That African food are expensive. African food no.
very
Ne boɔ de pɛn mmorɔfo n'aduane no. So make a wodi banku bɛyɛ two. Actually the person will ball so everybody say chi will pee koba on chiao. Bɛku no wato ne kitchen mu wodware mmienu a na yɛ n'ahyi because water bill bɛkɔ soro ne ade. You see, I had to say Ghana. Ghana was through people to me cry and funny who cause Nyoma Bonnie I didn't know what form as compared to a high say a whole like into your heat in this man into affecting the finances until you're okay with it. Then everything is paid for,
Okay.
You pay for heat, you
But
pay for what you pay for water, you pay for gas. Okay, so
mm-hmm.
in the States,
Mm-hmm.
their building structures are different from how Ghana we have our, but we build with cement and sand.
Yeah.
In the States, they build more with wood and things. So, and they have different seasons. They have winter, spring, we have fall, and then we have summer, right?
Okay.
During winter, you have to provide heat to the house. If not, it will be too cold for you to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And some houses, the way that is built, they need certain kind of gas or oil to power the heating down in the basement so that it will come upstairs and heat the whole house.
Okay.
And you pay for it.
Mm.
Yes, you have to pay for it. So if your heating machine is producing a whole bunch of heat and you do like you power it with oil or you power it with certain type of gas,
Okay.
mostly if you have other people visiting, that means you're going to pay a whole bunch of money for it because there's another person, there has been an increment in budget with the person coming in.
Okay.
Because let's say I live in a 3 bedroom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Currently, I have a cousin staying with me,
Okay.
and I have a room there that we just put. It's like a storage room. It's a bedroom, but we've converted it like a storage room. Nobody stays in that room, right?
Okay.
And then right now, the time you come to the US and I say, oh, let me host you for a couple of days,
Mm-hmm.
I have to clean that room up and you come stay there, right?
Yeah.
Then I have to provide heat for that room. Even if it's summer, I have to provide air conditioning for that room. Because in the US, when it's summer, it's really hot, very hot that you need air conditioning.
More than Ghana.
Very hot. It's just like Ghana.
Okay. Okay.
Very hot, so I have to provide, let's say you came during the winter, I have to provide heat for you.
Mm.
So I'm paying extra for that, you staying in the room. You get what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I get it.
Exactly. As compared to if you're not here. So the long period you're staying, the more heat I'm going to pay for because you're here. And you came visiting, that means you're not working.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We assume you're not working. So you're gonna eat, or like you're going to eat, then you come and sleep, I pay for it. Sometimes visitors, they will leave the door open and the heat will be going out. Now we'll walk out, you'll be pissed sometimes. So most people will tell you, say, oh, somebody asked me to come and live with him or her, and then within 2 weeks the person changed, because you're causing financial loss to the person.
Oh.
So mostly they will change because they don't want to tell you to leave. So they will start giving you attitude, and then you just have to say, okay, I have to go now. Bye. That's how it works now. You see?
Yeah. I see.
So
Mm-hmm.
staying in Ghana is way different from staying in the US.
Okay.
Mostly is a crisis because everything is paid for. You have to pay for everything
Okay.
to be comfortable. You see, if you overstay, you're welcome. You're causing a lot of, financial loss to the
Actually,
person. Because if you overstay, that means the person have to continue paying for whatever the person is paying for you.
okay.
And sometimes when you're living in a rented apartment and you have a visitor, we have rented apartment that landlord tells you your visitors can only stay for a day or two. If they are staying for more than that, you have to pay a certain amount of money. I have a friend here in the US that her boyfriend lives separately from her.
Yeah.
And she can only visit for a night. She can't stay more than a night because that's the rules of the landlord.
Is she still dating the boyfriend and as teenager?
Yeah, they're dating. I think they're engaged. They will get married soon. So now they have to. This is why most people move together. In the US, you see most people just move together
Yes.
because of some of the strict rules that the landlords have in their various homes and things. They want to, because I have a boyfriend here and I can't visit more than. It's not Ghana that you can go for a washing up for 3 weeks and you're not back to your house. No, this one you can stay. You can even stay for a weekend. You can stay for like just a day, a night. The more you stay, you're gonna cost like it's gonna cost the person living there. And here, because they mostly rents are paid monthly, you can just be evicted because of something like that. If you breach your contract, they don't have to wait for a year for you to get out. And getting a place to rent is difficult, so you don't want to lose the one you're already in. You get it? Yes. So you have to adhere to all the rules and regulations set by your landlord. Things of my observation and my experience, most people moved overseas, not only US.
Yeah.
We moved to different parts of the world searching for, greener pastures.
Yeah.
Ghana, we don't really have like jobs that really pays well as compared to living in the US.
Okay.
Somebody can live in the US for 3 years and can build him or herself a nice house in Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
That the same person will live in Ghana for 10 years and won't be able to even build that kind of house.
Okay.
Yeah, so traveling here, I think it helps you to, put your finances right because the exchange rate works in the favor of people here as compared to Ghana.
Okay.
If I have $10 and I'm sending it to you, it looks like a whole bunch of money for somebody in Ghana, but maybe someone doesn't really care about it here. So I think the reason why people are moving abroad is just to search for greener pastures that we are not able to get in Ghana, no matter how long you're working. You can use the shortest possible time to make it here. Ghana, our wages are really low. You can't even compare it to half of the wages people make here.
Okay.
You can't even compare to it. And aha, ejumebu,
Mm.
ejumebu, because Americans themselves they don't like to work. Yeah, most of them are lazy. They won't work. The kind of job that like young Crawford will come here and they will do it. No, they will not do it when you give it to them. They won't do it.
Mm.
They will never do it. Yeah, foreigners will do those kind of works as like they will not do it. You see, for instance, we have a lot of Mexicans, Brazilians, all these South Americans working on the farm. When you go to California,
Mm-hmm.
when you go to Florida, most of the people living there are Latinos because they will work on the farm. They don't care to make themselves dirty. They will work, they will pluck all the fruits and the vegetables and make their money. Somebody living here will not do that. Somebody born breed from here is not going to do that. No, they see it as it's too much stress. They won't do it.
So, according to say the way Ghana, the foreigners can come and sell, let's say, phones, pick scraps, and this animal. Most Ghanaians won't do no. The same thing they see with America. Say, you may be what America for nankasa enye. So, it's the Ghanaians or the foreigners that come into the country that do those works, right?
No, it's not the same thing. So in Ghana, the reason why foreigners are able to come and work, mostly you see them, they're doing like jobs that the normal Ghanaian you doesn't have any idea about.
Mm-hmm.
Because Ghana, we are mostly theological, like we do theory stuff. They don't take us through private stuff, practical
Practical
stuff.
stuff, yeah.
Yes, so we lack a lot of skills.
Okay.
We are more of book, 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 book. We don't do practice and all of that. Foreigners, they go through a whole lot of practice, internships. They gain the skills. You see, let me give you an example. In the US,
Mm-hmm.
for an electrician to even come to your house and repair something, the electrician has to like show you a certified something that shows that yes, I have been trained to be an electrician.
Okay.
In Ghana, you just have to go to some shop and pay, and your kid will go learn. The kid is not getting any certificate after that. Like no recognized certificate. I don't know if you get me.
Okay.
Yeah, in China, their kids are trained. They are trained with skills and all of that. How come they are able to come to Ghana and take over certain jobs that we, the Ghanaian youth, cannot do?
Mm-hmm.
We don't understand it. We don't know how to go about it.
Okay.
It's different here. Example, care jobs. It's hard for you to see a black American working on a care job.
Okay.
They don't have time for that. They'll tell you they don't have time for that. They won't go to school and be like, wow, I have to go clean somebody's butt. Like, you get what I mean. But foreigners don't care. They take care of their grandparents at home. In Ghana, when your grandmother is old and you are able, you help your grandmother around, right?
Exactly.
When your mom is sick and you can and is allowed and your siblings say you should do it, you go live there, take care of your mother till, God forbid, she passes away, right?
Yeah.
In the US, they don't know how to do that. They depend mostly on the government. The government should send somebody. The government should send somebody to come and do that. All those. And foreigners mostly like to do it for the money because it pays well.
The healthcare.
Yeah, it does pay well because most of them, they will not do it. So foreigners, they don't mind, cleaning you up, washing you up, and all of that. So it's not the same thing. Here, they won't do it. In Ghana, we don't know. That's the thing. You get the difference. In Ghana, we don't know. We don't have the skills. We don't know how to go about certain businesses that has been taken over by foreigners.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But if foreigners are contributing this amount of effort towards the American economy by doing certain jobs that the Americans themselves won't do, why is Trump, I mean, deporting a lot of people from America? Is it because they're staying there illegally, or what's the issue?
So the issue, from what I have read, I've been following it every day.
Mm.
From what I've read, I've watched a whole bunch of press conferences organized by the president and the associates and all the Senate. He said there are some foreigners who came through the border. America and Mexico share a border, right?
Mm.
They share border with other countries too. And you see how in Ghana you can walk from, there's a part in Volta region you can easily walk and you enter Togo or Cote d'Ivoire. I don't know.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can just walk. In Ghana, my father's farm, I can actually just walk from my father's farm and enter Cote d'Ivoire.
Okay.
That's how it is. People can easily walk from. It's a beach.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beach that separates America from Mexico. People just walk in. When you come through the airport, the immigration service sign you in that, okay, Dr. Sam from Ghana has arrived in the US. He arrived through JFK at 2:25 a.m. Then you have a piece of paper called the I-94
Mm-hmm.
that is accounting you that you are here in the US. But when you come through the border, they don't know that you're here. So most people that come through the border, from what President Trump and his people are saying, is those who came through the border. Some of them came. The first state you can enter is Texas.
Okay.
Most of them, when they came, they raped kids. They stole stuff. They came in with drugs and they were arrested. And in the US, when you're arrested, no matter who you are, you see a lawyer. And then the lawyer will say, okay, you don't even have the right to be here. You came in illegal. You don't have I-94 that says that you were given a visa to come here. So instead of me taking you to jail and taking care of you, go back to your country. And then they'll give you a letter that says you should go back to your country.
Mm-hmm.
And those people will take the letter and they won't see them again, and then they will not also go back to the country. So he said all those people that has been given letters that they should go back to their country because they committed some crime.
Okay.
There are those people that he's knocking at the various doors and things.
It's like we'll be aware with them without permission. So we're an intruder.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes. Yeah,
But
and oh yeah, obe round them no abebo chrono. That's what he's saying.
why?
From all the things that I have read and I have watched on TV, listening to him, he's saying that if you came here illegally, now chrono in any form, no matter how small it is, go back to your country. And then he's saying that people that came through the border, they came illegally. You didn't get any visa to come to the country. The country cannot count you like you came here through an airport or through a legal means. Go back to your country. Go back to your country, or I'll force you to go back to your country. So he said he's giving them a couple of days. They should go back to their country. So he's giving you the chance to go and withdraw all your monies from the bank and go back on your own accord. If not, and you are being detained, you can't even go to the bank and take your money, and you can't come back for your money
Mm.
unless maybe you have a banking app that will help you. Because the moment they take you, wherever they take you from, let's say you've been asked to go and you didn't go, and they come to your workplace and they grab you, you can't go back for anything. You can't go for your clothes, you can't go for your money, you can't go for anything.
So it means that you've lost the money and the property.
You've lost. Yeah, that's why he said he's giving them the chance that go pack your bag and leave. So you can go to the bank, withdraw your money, pack your, and go to your country. So a lot of people did it though. A lot of Mexicans and South Americans did that. They packed their bags and they left. So it's not that you came and you have overstayed, and those people, I think he's going to get to them, but he wants to take all the criminals and then take them back to their countries. And Mexico, Colombia, they were not allowing the plane taking their illegal immigrants back. They were not allowing them to land. So what Trump did is he brought all of them back, and he's taking all of them to El Salvador, which is not like, it's very very dangerous, because it's the most dangerous and safe security in the world prison.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard of El Salvador.
Yeah. So now he has paid the government of El Salvador to take those criminals in, because first in the he didn't plan for this, because you see, it was one of the campaign promises. So the moment he came, he started. So when he arrested all these people and the countries wouldn't let the plane land, he had to bring them back to the US, and he didn't have a place to keep them. So they have to put ankle monitor on them, so that they will tell them you have to come back. And most people started running away from the state to a different state. So right now what he does is, since he doesn't have a place to keep you till your country takes you back, he'll take you to prison in a different country.
Wow.
Yeah, which is really mean. And now you don't even go through a judge, because all the judges that were preventing him from deporting, he has fired all of them. So you can go and see a lawyer anymore. They will just capture you and then you're gone. And mostly they are like people with records, you know what I mean. Personally, from last year, there were a couple of girls that were killed
Whoa.
by foreigners. They were raped and killed. They raped them and they killed them. So you see, I said it earlier on that in the US, one thing that I fear most is my security. So I'm very careful of where I'm going to, who I'm going to meet. I'm very careful of a whole bunch of things, because most of the killings are very senseless. So that's what pissed Trump off last year when he was doing his campaign. A girl was killed. She was raped and killed. I think she was coming back from school, and then the person followed her and raped her and killed her.
Wow.
Yes, so that was what was pissing him off. That's why the moment he came, he wanted every. So I think that guy was the first guy he sent away. He was a Mexican.
Oh,
He couldn't even speak English, so they were translating, and they broadcast his court session so that people can watch it. So I watched it. He didn't have a reason. He was trying to say it was self-defense, and they were like, "It's a girl. What are you talking
You
about?"
rape the person said and say it's a self defense.
No, so yeah, you rape the person. Mostly you're not guilty till you're proven guilty. So you can always say, "No, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't do it." And he couldn't even speak English, so the government had to provide a translator and all of that. So that's what he's saying. Even if you have a case that says that you have a domestic violence case against you and you're a foreigner, he will deport you. If your kid reported you to social services that you raised your hand, you'll be deported.
As,
You get it?
as a foreigner, if your kids report you that you try to discipline him or her, you will be deported.
And you don't have the necessary documents, yeah, you will be deported. That's most of the cases Ghanaians are being deported. Those Ghanaians that are taken back home, most of them are because of that domestic violence cases. Their kids reported them that they beat them. These cases, they are all taking them. And now he said, if you're a green card holder, mostly you get a green card for 2 years,
Okay.
and based on your behavior without any crime over the 2 years, the government gives you the chance after 5 years to proceed and get a citizenship.
Mhm.
Now he's saying that even if you have green card and they check one or two things and you don't fit to be a citizen, you go back to your country. So the moment you enter the US, as long as you're here, you are allowed by law to adjust your status from being illegal to like a permanent residence and to whatever. You get it?
Okay.
Now he cancelled that. He said if you came to the country illegally, you don't have the right to be a citizen or a permanent resident or own anything here. Go back to your country. So right now, even if you are here and you entered the country illegally and you are married to a citizen, go back to your country. So people were asking, what if I'm a citizen and my wife? He said, okay, if you don't like what I'm saying, you should go back with your wife to your wife's country. It's sad, but it's funny. The way he says it on TV, it's funny. That's what is happening, Dr. Sam. Yes. So I think the media made the Ghanaian media made a whole big about it, and people were worried. People were calling. My mother even called me like 100 times. Hey, they said they're bringing all people, all Ghanaians to Ghana. I said no, they're not bringing all Ghanaians. I haven't committed any crime. Nobody's bringing me anywhere.
Okay.
You see, but mostly they know the people they want, so they were knocking at doors, and they know every state that they were the people were. And one thing they were doing was, in the US they have a law,
Mhm.
when somebody like take over your house, you cannot take the you cannot you cannot ask the person to leave till there is a state. In the US, every state and their rules and regulations and things, they have different states with different rules that they follow.
Okay.
Most of the states that has this immigration issues are the big state like New York, California, Florida, Los Angeles. Like you see those areas, this big Chicago, they have a lot of immigrants, and most of them are homeless. So, at the end of the day, some crimes are committed. Most of them are like, they don't have anybody, so they have to commit a certain kind of crime. And some of them were part of the cartel wherever they were, and they were running away to come here in hiding. You get it?
Okay. Okay.
Yes. So these are some of the yesterday the news that I read. There were two guys that were sent to El Salvador. They were crime bosses and they were arrested. They were crime bosses in their country, and they ran to the US, and they have been arrested yesterday, and they had a whole flight to El Salvador. I watched it the whole day. Most of the cities, it's not all the states, it's most of the cities like New York, New Jersey, Chicago, California, Florida, Texas, all those places.
That means that this contract marriage to get green card won't work again.
No, with Trump, some is going to work, some might not work. The legit ones are going to work because now, so first, they had it in a way that if you apply within a month or three, you receive work permits and then they start process. Now, when you apply, it takes like 8 months
Okay.
for them to even respond to you. So, first, at first, I think the processes were very fast and easy sometimes, but now the scrutinizing of it has become, more like to a 10. If it was a 2, now it's like 10.
Mhm.
They want to check whether you guys are living together. They want like statements from people that says yes, and nobody want to lie, because when you're caught in a lie, it's a federal crime. You go to jail
Wow.
for it. Yes, you go at least 5 years. They said it's fraud something. They have a name for it. You go for 5 years or more.
Let's say me, I'm moving to America now, and I want to get married to you, and we have an agreement like for me to get the green paper after getting married to you. Then maybe after a couple of years, we divorce or we break up. That thing cannot happen again, right?
To some, that one, I can't give you a vivid answer. All I can say is some is gonna work, some isn't gonna work.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Cause now, at first, they didn't care whether you guys. They won't even call you for interview. They won't call you guys together. You'll just be in the house and then they'll send your documents to the mail. Now they'll call you to come to the office together. So if you guys are fake and you go, now they separate the two of you
Okay.
in different offices and ask questions, and the two of you are giving different answers. That's a red flag, right?
Mhm.
They're trying to check the red flags. And now they said they will be visiting you in the house randomly. And let's say you live in New York, I live in Connecticut, and they visit and you're not there. And somebody, then they ask, can we come in? They'll come in, they want to check around to make sure your husband stuff's in the house. That shows that a couple is living there, you're not there. First, they didn't care about all those things. Now they check them. Now they do check. Now they are being more, vigilant about things.
But it means that Trump is not targeting Africans.
He has a list, and we have Africans on it, but he's targeting those with the highest numbers.
Mm.
I think his plan is one step at a time.
Okay.
Because he signed an executive order that by May 7th, you're living in the US and you don't have a state ID, you can't travel anymore. So if you used to travel from Chicago to Ohio freely with your Ghana passport, you cannot do that anymore. You have to have a state ID. And if you don't have a state ID, that means you're living here illegally. And then you have to answer to Immigration and Customs Service. That's what you call the ICE. So if you don't have a state ID, that means you're not going anywhere. And I know that this man is going to extend it that if you don't have a state ID, if you don't have something that shows that you're from this state or you're from the US, you can't even use a train or like a bus. Like you see how people travel from Accra to Kumasi with a VIP bus, long distance.
Mhm.
Those buses, most of the time on the way, the police stop it to check people, and you don't have a state ID, you'll be arrested. So everybody will be scared to, travel.
Wow.
So I feel he has a plan, but it's one step at a time. First, let me get the criminals, and then I'll come to those who overstayed. It's going to affect them very much because recently that most of the immigrants, those who were afraid, left. Like prices of things have gone high because those vegetables and fruit that has been growing in the US, they are not getting farm workers. And I told you earlier, Americans won't do it.
Mm.
Not going to do it. So they are making things have gone high. They have to now import a lot of goods. Most of the staffs are on, they have something they call DACA. DACA is like an exchange work thing that people, let's say doctors travel from India to work here. He's counseling stuffs like that. Oh, gee. So a lot of things are going to be. We just want to wait and see because um yesterday he announced that he's putting things in place whereby he can run the third time. You know, he's supposed to run for the second, like 4 years and leave.
Yeah.
He
Like,
doesn't want that. He wants to go three. Now he's trying to get it to the third time, third term. So we don't know what the future holds, but we are hoping with fingers crossed and praying to God to, protect all of us and all our friends and families who are here to, it's not easy at all. You see, he said he's causing mental distress to a whole bunch of people because onam kra usru obi eje ejuma because usru say that way that is very scary. You get it? So people are like mentally distracted, like they don't know what they are doing, they are afraid. Sometimes they will use your kids against you. So let's say if you are illegal and you have a kid here, your kid is a citizen, right?
mhm.
And your kid will be going to school and you're going to pick your kid up and then boom, you're arrested.
So when you are arrested that way, are you deported with your kid, or your kid can stay in the US whilst you're deported? How does it work?
Some people are deported without their kids.
Okay. And others too are deported with their kids.
Yeah, if your kid is illegal, you go with your kid.
But with situation like this now, you mentioned states like Chicago that is very populated, right? And now
Yes.
Trump is deporting a lot of people from that state as well. It means that most of those states will become like a ghost town now.
Hmm. That's why we are waiting to see. Most people, that's what I told you. He has a target.
Okay.
Yeah, his target. I don't think he will take everyone because he can. There are too many people. How? Most people living in the most United States citizens are all foreigners. So if you want to take all of them away,
It will be a
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think he can do that. Like taking everybody. Okay, let's wait and see. Trump is capable of everything. Yeah, he is, and the way he jokes about it makes it funny.
how does he joke for it?
Oh, he said, so there was, he had a press conference and someone said, I don't understand. I voted for you
Hmm.
and my wife is a Mexican. You're telling me you're going to take my wife? What do I do? And he said, if you don't like it here, you can always live in Mexico. It was funny. You know, he, he's a funny guy. He say it in a humored way. But let's wait and see. I think he has a target and he's checking on that. And we have like liberal states.
Yeah.
The liberal states are states that protect immigrants because they said immigrants help build their states. So they don't cooperate with ICE because let's say when ICE comes to New Jersey, he needs the police in New Jersey to help them arrest these people, right?
Yeah.
The governor says, I'm not cooperating with you, so you can come and do your search. I'm not allowing my police to help you. So that's the issue he's facing now.
Okay.
That's what Trump is facing. And we have a lot of judges that are putting injunctions on some of his executive orders, so he's not able to move forward with it. So what he's doing is he's using his power to fire all of them
Okay.
one after. Yeah, so that if you're fired, you can come and tell him that you won't allow him to do what he's doing.
More going to many easy, mama.
Oh, and easy, and some of us at all, because some people are okay. They've lived here for a long time. They are citizens. They don't have a problem.
Oh, okay. So those with the citizenship cards, I mean, they can maintain it.
Yeah, you can maintain it even if you have a permanent residence. You don't have a problem as long as you haven't committed any crime. If you committed any crime and you travel, they are not targeting you. But the moment you travel out of the country and you're coming back, you'll be deported back to your country.
You can't go back to your country and come back because you'll be deported.
If you have a serious crime
Okay.
on your name, you can't. I don't think it's advisable to travel. And now The last time I read from a newspaper, he's about to sign an order that will make, like, you can arrest, citizen arrest.
Okay.
You can arrest someone living illegally that you know and bring them to the police, and you'll be paid like a bounty hunter. You know how that thing works.
But won't that cause fear and panic? Because your
Yeah,
name,
because already people are killing people for silly reasons. So this one, yeah, people were against it because they said, well, people are gonna kill people for no reason. Because I feel right now, if you're an illegal person and you're being killed, I don't think attention will be paid to you.
if someone is relocating to America right now, what's the best business that as a foreigner moving into America you can start?
Hmm. In the US, you have to study the environment.
Hmm.
US is a real deal. You get it.
Okay.
Have to study the environment. You have to know what will be accepted where you are and not, because you have to go through a whole bunch of process to establish a business, get insurance for your business, pay taxes, and you need to make sure it's going to bring money. Most Africans or most Ghanaians set up home care services, cleaning services, African markets. These are the ones that I have seen.
Hmm.
Personally, my side, when I came and I decided to do some personal stuff on my own, I just did a consulting firm, let's say that way, that I help these small business owners,
Hmm.
digital marketing, their social media stuff, and other consulting issues and all of that. But most people target African market, home care services, cleaning, and all of that. But I think there are a lot of opportunities. There are different things. I might be looking at it different way. When you get here, based on how you get yourself settled in, you would know the right job to go for.
You made mention of the shop attendant, right?
Exactly.
Cleaning service, home care. On the average, how much are you able to make?
So, Dr. Sam, you see, in the US, as I said earlier, every state and their rules, every state and their wages.
Hmm.
Um, New York is known as one of the richest states. They have their own wages. In New York, somebody can work an hour and take $35. Someone can work at the same place on a different job and take $18, $15.
Okay, $35.
And the same job in Utah,
Mm-hmm.
the person will take $20 for the 35.
Hmm.
The person will take $13.
Okay.
So it's different. Every state and their wage, their minimum wage.
Mm.
So based on that, that's how come you can calculate and know, say, okay, let me go in this way, let me come in this way.
Okay.
It's based on the state and their minimum wage. So let's take New York for instance. If you're working in New York and you're working in health, like let's say home care, um, in the US they do annually. They don't do like monthly because mostly you might not. They do like how much you make annually.
Mm-hmm.
So in the US, when you're working in home care, you should be able to make $58,000 a year.
$58,000 a year.
Yes, that is if you are being paid well. You should be making 58 to 60,000 a year for home care services.
Then I'm relocating to America tomorrow.
Yeah, hurry up, and then you know that 58 you're going to pay taxes on it. And then if you overwork, you owe the government, so you pay a lot of money too. You know that. You shouldn't. People should learn all those things before they relocate.
But a lot of Africans move there and then they overwork because they want to make money. Now you were saying,
Yeah, they overwork.
mhm,
Listen, they overwork, and when they file their taxes,
mhm.
omoboka, so they'll have to pay the government.
So it is not good to overwork.
No, you have to work within the hours that you've been asked to work. Let's say work 60 hours a day, a week,
Hmm.
and then you work. 120. Hey, that means you hide. Then you have to hide the rest of your overtime.
And that one too is a lie. It means that you're lying. So,
People do it. People do it. They do like private jobs and all of that.
what's the state of racism in America currently?
It depends. It depends the state that you live in. Racism is actually high to a level, and it's been high since we even the foreigners came here, because we already have blacks living here and they have faced segregations and all of that for a long period before we even came here. So it's been there. It's something that is there, and it's not even only among black people. Like, it's not just black people, white people too, you know.
White people are racist against their fellow white people.
No, we have it's not racism. It's not only black people. They have the brown, those people they call brown people. That's Indians and
The
the Asian.
people.
They call them brown. And then they have the Latinos.
Mm.
They are racist against them too. So it's a whole bunch of people that they are racist against. And then mostly what I'm saying is it's not just the white people being racist to black or brown people or any other color. Black people too being racist against them too. Just that one is in a like low form. You get it.
A black person born in America can be racist towards a, a black immigrant.
So let's say this is how we call them African, black Africans. That mean we, for me, like me, I'm a black African. I'm from Africa, and then we have black Americans. Now, black Americans say they are not black Americans; they're African Americans.
What
Yes, they're very racist towards us. We come from different places and we came here.
the African Americans, which are people that were born in America, are racist towards
Black Africans.
Africans that are moving into America.
Exactly, because most of them feel like we are taking their jobs and all of that, and they don't want to associate with you. So
So
I
that,
have a class
mhm.
that I go. Okay, I'm trying to get my things done. So I go to a class, and I was the only black African in the class,
Okay.
and then I had an uh, African American guy that was added to my class, and he doesn't like me. It was funny.
He doesn't like you.
At all. He doesn't like even the two of us to be associated that we are blacks together. He doesn't like that. He doesn't want to associate with me the way he would do his face and things. And then one time, my RL, what is it? The lady that is in charge
Mhm.
of languages and all of that, she came to the class and she gave us some questions, and then I think I was the one that had it correct, and she said I should explain it, and I did. And then the guy didn't get it, so instead of asking me, he asked the lady, and the lady said you should go talk to this lady, she's gonna help you, because she's the only one who had it, and he couldn't come to me. So he told the lady, can he get the answer via email? And the lady said sure, and the lady wrote his email and then gave it to me that I should send my my answers to him.
Mhm.
And Dr. Sam, guess where he comes from?
No.
Nigeria. What the heck? We all come from Ghana. I come from Ghana. You come from Nigeria. Why?
Ah.
What is wrong with you?
No, no, no. He also relocated from Nigeria to America, or he
I
was
think
born there,
family did. He's from here, but I think his family relocated here.
and he's
But based on how he's behaving, it's because it's how he's is what he's being taught in the house. We are being taught in Ghana that when you meet an elderly person, you have to take the basket or something, help them.
Mhm.
So when I go out, I do that. I was very, very, very surprised that he is look for me, whatever, and you have misbehaved. I didn't even send the answers to him anymore. whenever they put him in a group that he asks to be changed. So I have a friend that is Russian. She's always laughing at him. He said, haha, this boy doesn't want to associate with us. But what the we are all foreign. Oh, it was funny. So you see how the Russian lady treats me. He treats me so different. He doesn't want to be seen associated with me. He's always with this white group. Yeah, and he always doesn't understand whatever they are doing. And then the white lady, the Russian lady that is in that group, she's brilliant. And she's so good. And look at where you are because you don't want to be part of. That's so sad. Yeah, that's how it is here.
You know
That's
what?
how it.
You know why I'm shocked?
No.
Blacks being racist towards blacks. Like,
Yeah, they are. They don't want to associate. Like, I don't know whether they assume that all of us are doing drugs, so they don't want to be known to us or what. It's so like it's really sad, very sad,
this is
very.
this is sad.
Yeah, yeah. He was added to my group and he asked to be like changed, and I was like, so that was when I was like, this guy because I'm part, he doesn't want to associate with me. And me, I don't. When I go to class, I don't do hi, how are you? I don't do that. I speak my Ghana Ghana English, so that you know that I have a foreign accent. He
Yes.
can't. Yeah, he's busy doing what you're saying. How are ya? How are ya? Masa, go sit somewhere. They see themselves like
Superior?
they are superior than us because they are born here. They have the rights to this. But you guys are lazy. You don't like to do anything.
They're lazy.
Yeah, they don't like to do anything.
So when you
Have
Mhm.
have you if you watch most American documentaries and all, you will realize that whenever a family member completes college or they are happy because it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It's not like us that you have to go to the school. Your mother is a farmer, but your mother makes sure that you go to a nursing school, a teacher training, at least teacher training.
Yes.
You check Ghana, check our background. Most teachers, their parents were the ones that, sorry to say, they didn't have anything to go here. Oh no, they don't care. They won't go to school. Most of the time, the jobs that they are supposed to be offered are mostly offered to Africans. Then they'll bring the Africans here and they'll come and work. And the whites,
Mhm.
they trust we, the black Africans, more than them.
Why?
Because it's hardly for you to meet a black African that is doing drugs.
Oh.
Your mother will kill you before you get here. In Ghana, before you get to the US and come and do drugs,
Mhm.
but you see, most of them, they have silly records. Early age, when you have severe pain,
Mhm.
you are given the license to smoke
Oh.
marijuana, which they call medical marijuana, whatever. So I have a severe pain in my hand, okay? And then when I went to the hospital, the doctor asked me if I want medical marijuana. I said, no, I don't need that. Just give me painkillers. That
Mhm.
he said, all the painkillers I'll give you, they are not strong. So at an early age, they get access to free drugs, and when you get the license, you're allowed to grow marijuana in your house, and then nobody will arrest you for it.
Okay.
So at an early age, they get access to these hard drugs and things, and the community they are coming from. At the end of the day, they don't achieve the things that we coming from Ghana we achieve even from our hard background. They have everything provided to them over here. In the US, when you're done with school, there is ready job, unless you just don't want a job. Yeah, they have a lot of ready jobs. So my school, yeah,
Mhm.
my school every month they do a job fair. They organize a job fair whereby all the companies in my state come there to exhibit job opportunities in their offices that they are offering. Dr. Sam, in Ghana, how many regions does that?
It does not exist.
At all. I said they have a lot of. So in my school, If you don't have a job, you just have to contact your supervisor. I don't have a job. I need a job from maybe 12 a.m. to 3 p.m. And he's or she is supposed to find you one. In my school, we have a time period that you have to go and do internship at any. They will submit you the list of companies. You go do the job, you go do the internships. At the end of the day, if you like the company, they are supposed to retain you because they have a partnership with the school.
Wow.
So me, I feel they have a lot of opportunities they are not taking, and Africans come here and then we take them.
And then they become angry.
Thank you. I told you why I went back to that class, right? I said I'm working to there's a scholarship that I want to grab from them. And for me to grab that scholarship, I have to finish that particular course. Because that course, the state is promoting that course.
Okay.
And I'm doing it for shege reasons. So that I can grab that scholarship and then I can do any other course I want afterwards. There are a lot of the day that I went to write my entry exam, I had a lot of African Americans write. None of them came to the class anymore. So you write an entry exam, then when you pass, you just come for the next class that will take you to get the scholarship. And it wasn't like they didn't pass, they didn't come again, because the state is not looking at failing them. They're just checking you to make sure that, okay, you were not good with this course, so when you come we should concentrate on this. You were not good here, so we should. That's what they said they were doing. So they have different classes. So if you were very good, you go to advanced class. If you are not, you have. They didn't show up anymore. My supervisor was telling me, she always tells me, she said, I'm very proud of you, even when it rains snow, you're here. There are a lot of ladies like you that came that never showed up. So she told me last week that because you show up every day, I'm going to fight so that they'll pay your Uber for you every time you come here.
Wow.
That is cool. And they won't go and do it. So I'm taking the advantage of it. Meanwhile, I take the bus. So in the maybe when I close and I'm not getting the bus, I take an Uber. You see, but because she saw me taking Uber, she said she's going to fight for them to pay me allowance for Uber. Mostly they are interested in the easy way one. Most of them are into customer service. Customer service mostly is work from home.
Oh.
Company just give you a phone that you receive calls from your house and direct people for them. Most people work in the hospital for, mostly in the US. If the hourly jobs, if they are paying well, let's say they pay 25 an hour, you won't get a 12-hour shift.
Okay.
You get like 5 hours. You see, it's a short one.
Mm-hmm.
So you work around that place. And we have some good African Americans that are work their way to become professors, doctors, and all of that. You have to explore, you have to work hard at things, because there are a lot of things that will make you feel lazy here,
Okay.
and you have to work hard. There are a lot of things that will drain you mentally. It's like if you want to be depressed and lose weight, I think you should go to UK or US. They really support education, and they are not biased.
Okay.
They also look out for skilled workers, because there is a whole college here in my state that they are just into skilled stuff like mechanic, plumbing, electric, and things like that.
What's the name?
The Tanzix Community College. It's Tanzix TUNXIS. Yeah, IS.
Okay.
Yeah. Tanzis, I know they have a whole school for mechanic, plumbing, those skilled workers,
Mm-hmm.
and they are partner with the community, the state companies.
Mm-hmm.
So when you are done and you do your internship and you do it well and you fit in well with them, you easily get employed over there, and they give you certification.
Mm-hmm.
So you get certified for it. Wherever I go and they ask me, so where are you from? You have an accent. I'm from Ghana. It's, oh, Ghana, we've heard of it. oh, you people are so nice. And then they'll start telling you about experiences they had with other Ghanaians and all of that.
So it's more or less like Ghanaians are liked more than other African countries.
Mostly people are afraid of Nigerians
Why?
because they are we like to say predecessors. They've been tagged with these, internet fraud and
Oh,
things, but afraid because they had some bad experiences. But we have some bad experiences with Ghanaians too. But most people are always happy when you say, "Hey, you're from Ghana." They feel so safe. You see, when somebody feels safe with you, you can see it.
yeah.
Where the neighborhood that I moved to,
Mhm.
my neighbor was like an old man with a wife. And Friday, Saturdays and Sundays, I don't go anywhere. And mostly they were sitting outside, and I'll go and sit. And then they'll be asking me about Africa and things that became. I didn't know that their kids were like some really respected people. One of their kids is like the head of Navy.
Whoa.
Like he, no, the people that make sure that the right planes are flying in the air. I don't know how they call it, Air Force something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And then I think the parents told them about, our neighbor really comes around, help us. Sometimes she come around to help clean their house and things. I was just there. The lady came, she spoke with me one, two, three times. The next time she brought me he brought me a bag and she said, "That's my dad's card. In case she wants something, can you order it? Because he doesn't know anything about technology." So as I'm talking to you, I have the did you get what I mean? Yeah, she brought me a credit card that I should keep for the dad or the mom in case they want something. They'll call me and I can order because they don't know anything about technology. And she know I'm good with it, and in case they need anything I should. And sometimes I'll just be in my house and then she'll bring me stuff. Sometimes she'll leave envelopes, sometimes she'll leave credit cards and gift cards and all of that. That shows how comfortable she is with me and how safe. Most of the time, I leave receipts for her, and she was like, "Oh, come on, I trust you. I know you not spend my money on silly things." I was like, "Wow, this woman that's just my patience."
Yeah, fraud in India, Quebec, and so.
Well, I mean, oh, did you pal? Okay, that was someone you to me. I don't know.
And I'm a person of person who is the
I
body
was that was some used to me, but all I'm saying is, you see, she feels so
comfortable around you.
comfortable with me and all of that. The last time she told me she ordered a book about Ghana online and she hoped to travel with me one day to Ghana. She's like she's like tough boss lady.
Wow.
Yeah, she's like a tough boss lady. When she comes to visit, she has security around here. Say, hey,
Hey, and then you have some kid. Oh,
yeah, you see, so is that's how it is. It's like, you know,
you get the help when you help.
exactly. Mostly domestic violence ends in a whole different way. I told you before, people own guns. People own guns.
Yeah, what are some of the reasons why they own the guns?
Oh, they'll tell you for safety, for their safety.
Okay.
And whenever like they get angry and they don't know how to go about it, they'll easily use it. You see, a lot of men have killed their wives because they were angry about something, later regretted, and now they are in the prison for life, you see.
Mm,
So domestic violence, mostly you have to report it so that in case it goes on and on, you can get state support. Because if your husband keep abusing you every month, the state will take you out of the house.
okay. And take care of you.
No, at least they'll help you before. Like they'll say, okay, do you need a place to stay for now? They have houses for domestic violence victims. You can stay there till you can sort yourself out. There's no place like home.
Okay.
And then I feel when you acquire knowledge, when you learn something new, you should lend a hand to a brother. And a brother is my home.
Okay.
I like to, there are a lot of things, as I said before. foreigners take over jobs in Ghana because most Ghanaian youth don't know, they don't have ideas about those kind of jobs. If they did, they would be doing those kind of jobs. So what I've acquired for my community to benefit, I think I have to impact.
Okay.
I have to do what I have. That's why I'm coming back home.
Okay.
Shocking, Yoma. Maybe say, you know, most are Ghanaians, like Ghanaian friends or families. I don't know, like what when you come to the US and you're lucky, you get to live with a Ghanaian and they help you get a job and you're being paid through them. You don't get your money.
Oh,
And it happened to a friend. Yeah, it happened to a friend of mine. I think she came, someone was helping her, and they will pay the person. And the person was not giving the money to her.
why?
Moment, because they said, yeah, but me the bema ah, sikana betum se siya me yima or be suspicious. What are you talking about? So the money pile up for a long time and he couldn't pay, not knowing he was using the girl's money to pay house bills and things like that. Yena yen hu Ghanaians no ana yemwa yen hu. Dr. Sam,
Yeah.
I'm very good with my knowledge about America, finances in America, taxes in America, and even if I need benefits from my state,
Mm-hmm.
I'm knowledgeable about it because a white person taught me.
In America.
Yes, when I came to the US first, the Ghanaians that I met. So here, I don't live closer to any Ghanaian community. I live among the whites, not because they are superior or anything, because of experience. When I came, Ghanaians that I met, ɔmo de hu ɛhyɛ me mu. Ɔmo say, wotumi yɛ account. Hey, wobaeɛ wonya anya wo green card. You cannot do anything. You cannot take the bus. You cannot do that. I said they put panic and fear in me.
Mm-hmm.
Then I met this white lady. She's white too.
Mm-hmm.
Like totally white girl. And she was like, "Hi, how long have you been?" We became friends from a job that I went to do, like, hustling, yeah. And then while we were doing the job, when we go to work, I send food like jollof and PC, and she was Esha, so she was eating my food. And the following week, she asked me, "So what do you use to prepare these meals?" Then I told her. The next time she came, she brought all the ingredients.
Wow.
He said, "Oh, so now do it big so that you can give me my own bowl and I don't have to eat from your bowl, okay?" I said, "Cool." Then the next thing she told me, "So how are you saving your money?" And I said, "Oh, I haven't been able to open an account because I don't have a green card." She said, "What? Who told you that? You can open an account anywhere you want, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Go and it's true, Dr. Sam. I work and how she showed me to go about it was the same thing. And as I'm talking to you, I have three different accounts in three different banks. She showed me how to save my money. She told me, "You don't have kids yet. For your kids to get full benefit from the state, please don't put all your salary in your account. Put some here, put some there, put some there. Okay?" I said, "Okay." And then she saved her number on my phone at a speed dial. She said, "Whenever you're arrested by the police, don't say anything. Just call me." And I said, "Why?" He said, "Because I'll come use my white privilege." She told me, when a police asks you to step out of a car, don't call me or just tell them you're not. What have you done? If they ask you for your ID and all of that, you don't need to show them any of that if they are not able to. Like, she was the one, and she told me that, "Do you know you can have a roommate so that you don't have to pay full rent and then you save your money, okay? So that you can buy a house." I rented and it's too late for me. She was telling me her mistakes and she was telling me not to do them. She was telling me that my state had a lot of opportunities and I should grab them because When she saw me, she saw I was like intelligent and I can use it. She is not. She can't. She's white and she can't even spell well. That's what she told me. And she told me that you get what I mean.
Yeah.
But my fellow Ghanaians, they were scaring me. They were scaring the heck out of me.
So that's why you moved from the Ghanaian community
Yes,
to.
and I went and I lived here in the white community.
But are you not facing racism in the white community?
Never. I haven't. And they are not nosy. Ghanaians. Early in the morning, making what could be maybe what bread.
Mhm.
I know pana what that Saturday. Hey, now what to say? Only Chiribia. What the heck?
Ah,
We are not living in Awishi. What the heck are you doing? Awishi will not do that. What is that?
ah,
You see, they would disturb you, sir. A party be a how young quay and Ghanaians the party you pay $50, 70. You go to parties. Won't say this in Kembia. No more, broom, bosia or they will not pay. When you ask for it, it becomes a whole different dialogue altogether. They do that to us. They discourage us. They do a whole bunch of stuff. And you're na sometimes you share papa nibi. If you're not smart and focused and you're afraid and you're too, we have people that are too comfortable in their space. They don't want to move. What if I move and nothing happens? You'll be there, then they'll be making money off you,
yeah,
off of you. You get what I mean?
okay.
Yes, yes, doctor. So it was a white lady that told me that she doesn't know my status, whether I am legally here or not, but she's telling me that nobody can take me to my country till I commit a crime, a serious offense. I shouldn't be afraid when I'm walking around, whatever that I'm doing. I shouldn't care about it. I
Because,
should
because to me to say I say oh na wana police agent now no ebisa or papers for any signing.
never, never. So the office that I used to work at, yeah, with this lady, we had a fire issue.
Okay.
And then the police came, the fire service came. Police, they were talking to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like they wanted to know what happened and all
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah.
They didn't ask for anything. They just asked, so what do you think happened? So what do you think happened? What do you think somebody is somewhere we haven't located? Like, that's all they did. They left. They wanted, so the lady, I was sharing like a desk with her, and then they wanted an ID. And the lady said, wait, I have mine. And she showed her ID and they left. They didn't ask me for anything.
Before the yeah ni yuku.
Exactly. Ọmụ dị ho hyɛ yɛn mu saa. Ọmụ dị ho hyɛ yɛn mu saa. Mesi broni na ɛka kyerɛɛ me. Ɔna ɔkyerɛɛ me sɛ obiara ni hɔ obetumi de me akɔ baabiara. I just say eyes na wadi bɔ. Ne sɛ no koraa, unless you've committed a particular crime that they are after you for justice. Nobody can take you anywhere. You can try. Me say broni na kyerɛ me say saa wobetumi atu kwan wobɛfa ha Ghana ni ɔsɛ wokɔ ha yɛbɛkyerɛw. Broni na kyerɛ me, doctor. Broni na kyerɛ me say wei obi antumi ɔhwɛ domestic flight. Nobody's gonna do anything. Just keep my number. Anything, call me. Ghana ni mfrɛ no na wankɔfa no anto ase. Exactly. So you get it.
Yeah, I
So
get.
I have learned in the hard way. I told you about my class, the guy in the class. He's black like me, right?
Mm.
I don't drive. You see the Russian lady I spoke to you about?
Yeah.
She lives like 15 minutes away from where I live.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever we close and my Uber is delayed, she will wait. If I don't get the Uber, she'll come and drop me at my house.
Wow.
And she'll drive back to her house. She's done that several times. So the last time I asked her why, she told me that we are all in a foreign country and we need one another. She doesn't know me, but I can go meet somebody from her country in my country. And because of what she's doing, I will help the person. You see?
Wow.
Kobe Bini. But then one time I was waiting in the lobby, waiting for my Uber. This guy came. sat in the lobby. He didn't talk to me, and then he stood up and he walked away. He didn't even ask, "Oh, why are you waiting for me? Why? What are you waiting here? Why? Why?" He did not. I was like, ah, cool, baby. So me right now, I would rather associate with a lot of foreigners than my country people. My country people, remember me kadodo. No, we uncommon sa. Aha, when somebody die, just buy a flower for them. They appreciate it forever. I don't have time for certain things.
I like that.
I tell my friends and people around me, say, Minya, and Ghanaians, will be a Benya passports, visa, come to the US and learn one or two things. I know we're all looking for greener pastures, but not all that glitters are gold. Please, before you travel to any country, not even just the United States, please know how you're going to settle in. If not, you'll be stranded and you will regret traveling. And I don't want anyone to regret traveling, because traveling is good. It exposes you, like you meet different people, you learn different cultures and things, you gain different skills, and everybody should try it once in their lifetime. But please know there is no place like home. Traveling doesn't mean you have freedom. I think traveling limits our freedom. Yes, but once in a lifetime you should try it. But it comes with a whole lot, Dr. Sam. It comes with a whole lot traveling if you don't have the support, and someone will say, ekura me too crying. I would the free Ghana na memra. Can you stand the winter? Did you know that when you get too cold you get frostbite?
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Sam, you know frostbite?
Yeah, I've heard it, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah, your hands start turning. Some people their hand turn purple.
Okay.
Some too it turns black, and then they have to cut it off because the moment it turns black, if it tells you it's dead,
Yeah, is the
and it's because
blood is
of
not flowing to those sides.
exactly before so be too crying. Now I to tune your meji. Now Briche, everything we pay for it. So before you come to us, we are calculating. So you're not going to get like a lovely stay the way you think you're going to get. This will not be easy as how you've calculated in Ghana. It's not like the moment you come to the US now, you have a job that is paying you well. No, it will take time. So if you don't have that patience, you don't have that zeal, you don't have that energy to wait till your time comes, please stay in Ghana. Thank you.
Okay. She has been based in the US for some time now. She relocated over there. She's working, schooling at the same time, right?
Yep.
And she has walked us through some of the challenges, the shocking moments. She has advised us on some of the things we should do. If you have experienced anything like that in the US, we can have conversation in the comment section. Let's share each other's story. Let's educate other people like we do on the show. Until we meet again, it is bye bye from myself and my sister. Bye bye.
Bye.